Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Purdue Actuarial Club Student Corner interviews. My name is Megan Yankee. I am the Professional Development Coordinator for the club, and I'm here with Julia Hopper today, an active member in the Purdue Actuarial community. Julia, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Julia Hopper. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm currently a sophomore at Purdue University. I am majoring in actuarial science, also in applied statistics, honors economics with a concentration in data analytics, and a minor in business management.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So the first question that I have for you today is, what are your interests outside of actuarial science? This can be academic interests or really anything outside of school as well.
Well, ever since high school year, I have been obsessed with like rowing. That's like the sport that I've always done.
Okay.
And to continue that love in the rowing club here at Purdue. So I do practices with them like 2 hours every single day. And I utilize the financial knowledge that my major has brought to me to become their treasurer.
Absolutely. That's really awesome that you're able to kind of combine those two passions here at Purdue. I'm sure that's pretty tough balancing all your schoolwork with practices for rowing. How do you find that is in terms of like time management?
It's actually not too bad as long because I of all the practices, it really you have to cut down like the time that you'd normally like watch television or just like
Yeah.
kind of so because of that, you kind of have to like plan around it. I like using my planner and just having like a list of
Yep.
assignments I get to like check off and cross off and be like, okay, did that today. And then once I complete it, if I have time after, then I can like, I don't know, binge watch a television series
Yeah.
or
No, that's awesome. All right. And moving on to our next question. What is your favorite song or musical artist at the moment?
My favorite song is The Cave by Mumford and Songs. I just like it because it's always like a good throwback song.
Yep. No, they're definitely a great band. All right. And then our third question we have is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, of course, not during a pandemic, where would you choose to go and why?
I would love to travel to like Athens, Greece, or really anywhere in
Ooh,
Greece because ever since I was really little, I was obsessed with like ancient Greek mythology. Like I read all the Percy Jackson and Olympian myth books,
yes.
all like the spin-offs that came from it. So I was very I loved it. I was did like deep research with it and just read a bunch of books about it. So I would love to go and like visit the temples and see the
Yeah.
place that such great stories.
Yeah, that's a great answer, actually. I think Greece is probably one of my top five too. Awesome. And then on kind of a more serious note, how did you choose the industry you're going into? I mean, actuarial science is a pretty specific field. Did you hear about it early on in high school, or was it something you kind of discovered later in life?
Well, back in my high school, we had this thing called Career Day. So we actually
Okay.
had a people come in, and there was an actuary that came in there. He didn't give the greatest description of what the job would be. You kind of get the sense that he was really only in it for like the money. So like
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this may not be the field I want to do. So it wasn't until I actually took my AP statistics class when my professor was like, hey, you're like good at this, you really like this stuff, so maybe you should look into this profession. And so I looked into it, I did a lot of research, I talked to a lot of people in the industry from both sides, from both the casualty side and like the health and life insurance
Mm-hmm.
side of things. And I found that I was like, this is actually something that'd be really cool that I wanted to do. So then came to Purdue just to learn more and become an actuary.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really great that your school had that career day. I know a lot of people in our major definitely find the career later in life, but we're happy you're here. And then for the last question that I have for you is, if you could go back and give high school or freshman year Julia advice on your time at Purdue, what would you like to say to her?
I would say don't underestimate the actuarial exams just because like you might be doing pretty well in the class doesn't mean it's
Yep.
like directly related to yeah how the exam's gonna go. So definitely really utilize coaching actuaries and even start it out like while you're still in the course and just kind of like go along with like the learned stuff and like look at
Mm-hmm.
like the material just like kind of get a second opinion. And I found that to be like really, really helpful and a huge help for the exams.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I'm glad you brought up coaching actuaries. That's definitely a resource that I heard a lot about my freshman year and was very helpful for me in taking my first actuarial exam. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was great speaking with you. And to all of our viewers right now, I hope you enjoyed the interview. Thanks, guys.
Thank